I'm going to do the even in class, and I'll do the odd. You're going to have to do the odd for homework. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you examples of how to solve these problems. Starting with number 1, we know that QR plus RS equals QS. You're going to substitute 2x minus 10 plus 6 equals x plus 3. Simplify. 2x minus 4 equals x plus 3. Add 4 to both sides. 2x equals x plus 7. And then subtract x from both sides. So x equals 7. Number 3, once again, we're trying to find x. RS plus ST equals RT. RS is 9 plus ST is x plus 4. And RT is 2x plus 13. Combine like terms. So we have 9 plus 4 gives you x. X plus 13 equals 2x plus 13. Subtract x from both sides. So x. So 13 equals x plus 13. Subtract x from both sides. So it's going to be 0. So x equals 0. Okay. Find the measurement of angle W, V, U. You know that the measurement of angle Z, V, U is 78. And the measurement of angle W, Z, WVZ is 75. So to find the measurement of angle WVU, you're going to have to add 78 plus 75, the two smaller angles. So 78 plus 75 gives you, we have 8 plus 5 is 13. 7 plus 7 is 14, so it's 153 degrees. So the measurement of angle WVU is the sum of the two smaller angles, which is 153 degrees. Number 7, the measurement of angle DRS. Find the measure of angle DRS, so this is a question mark. We know that the measure of angle QRD is 84. And I know that the measurement of QRS, which is this entire angle, is 172 degrees. So to find the measurement of angle DRS, you're going to subtract the two smaller angles. You're going to subtract the larger angle, which is 172 degrees, minus 84 degrees. So the difference between 172 degrees and 84 degrees is going to be 88. So the measurement of angle DRS is equal to 88 degrees. Now you know that this line, and we know that this line is parallel, so these are corresponding angles, and we know that if two lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are congruent. So you have x plus 88 is equal to 80. So x is equal to 80 minus 88. So x is equal to negative 8. Okay? And that's if two lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, once again for number 11, if two lines are parallel and they're cut by transversal, then we know alternate exterior angles are congruent. So you have 8x minus 3 equals 85. You add 3 to both sides. So you have 8x equals 88. Divide by 8. So x equals 11. Remember, if these two lines are parallel, then alternate exterior angles are Remember that if two lines are parallel and they're cut by transversal, those are same-side interior angles. What do we know about same-side interior angles? Remember, class? We know that the two angles have to be supplementary. So you have 3 plus 66x plus -1 plus 23x equals 180. What you're going to do first is combine like terms. 3 plus -2, -1 is positive 2, and 66 plus 23x, 66x plus 23x is going to be 6 plus 3 is 9, and then 6 plus 2 is 8. 89x plus 2 equals 180. You subtract 2 from both sides, so you have 89x equals 178, then divide by 89. So the answer will be 178 divided by 89. The answer is 2. So remember, if two lines are parallel, they're cut by transversal, then these two are going to be supplementary. Number 15, we are going to find the slope of these 2 points. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a right triangle. We know that slope is equal to rise over run. And you know that this is a positive slope. And it's going to rise from one point to the next one, and it's going to run 3. So the slope is 1/3. Rise over run. 17, we have 2 points and we have a line. We're going to go ahead and make this right triangle. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 to 2. So the slope is rise over run. And it's going to rise 3 units and it's going to run twice. And so the slope is going to be 3/2. Number 19, find the slope of a line that is parallel to the given line. Okay, what do we know about parallel slopes? We know that if two lines are parallel, they will have the same slope. So if they have the same slope, they're not going to be negative. Because if they're negative, they're going to intersect. So it's between A and C. So it's going to be A. Since 8 fifths is the slope, and we know that the lines are going to be parallel, they have to be the same slope, that's going to be the answer. So once again, we want to find a line that is parallel to this equation. We know that the slope for this equation is -3/2. And we know that the y-intercept is 0, -1. In this case, we don't need to worry about the y-intercept. We need to worry about the slope. And we do know that parallel lines have the same slope. So we know that C and D would not be answers because the slopes would indicate that they're positive and they would also intersect. So which ones have the same slope? -3/2. So your answer is A. 23, it says find the slope of a line perpendicular. So remember, perpendicular slopes are going to be opposite in value. And that word reciprocal. Remember that when we say reciprocal, we're switching, for example, if it's 9/4, the reciprocal would be 4/9. Now, for it to be perpendicular, it would have to be -4/9. Number 25, we have y equals -9/2x. If we're going to find the reciprocal slope, it's going to be -2. I take that back. It's going to be, the reciprocal of 9/2 is 2/9. And since if it's negative, it's going to be positive. 27, what are the names of the segments in the figure? We have different segments here. I know I have segment FG, and I have FG here. I have FG here. I have FG here. We also have segment EF, 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 EF. And we also have segment EG, EG. GE is the same thing as EG. So I would say the answer is D. That names all of them. EF. EF is the same as saying FE. FG is the same thing as saying GF. And EG is the same thing as saying GE. So I'm saying the answer is D. Because GE and EG are the same. EF and FE are the same. And we do have one more, so the answer is D. What are the measures of angle HBC and angle ABC? Classify each angle as acute, right, or obtuse. So HBC. So we have HBC, and it goes from here to here, which is 35 degrees. It appears to be 36 degrees. Okay, we know that's going to be acute. Anything less than 90 is acute. So we know that it's not going to be A because it says HBC is straight. It says here 46. I don't think it's 46, but it does say acute. It does say acute. It does say acute. I don't think it's 46, so I'm going to mark it wrong. The next one is angle ABC. Angle ABC. It looks like it's almost straight. Let me go ahead and erase it. It looks like a straight angle. Let me see. I would say it's a straight angle. So I would say it isn't C. So I'm going to select D because it's a straight angle. So angle ABC is a straight angle, which is 180 degrees. And angle HBC is 36 degrees. It's acute. How are the two angles related? Well, we know that one of them is 114 degrees. And we know that the other one is 66 degrees. Now, they're not adjacent, because if they were adjacent, they would be sharing the same side. They're not vertical angles because they're not opposite each other. You want to always do your testing strategies. So now let's add 66 and 14. 6 plus 4 is 10. 6, 7, 8, so it's 180 degrees. So when I add both angles, it's 180 degrees. We know that supplementary angles have a sum of 180. And we know that complementary angles have a sum of 90 degrees. So obviously C is not going to be the answer, so the answer is A. Which choice shows a true conditional with the hypothesis and conclusion identified correctly? Tomorrow is Thursday if today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, conclusion tomorrow is Thursday. I want to say that's right because that part is the conclusion part and that right is a hypothesis. So I'm going to say this is true. And let's go ahead and see the other ones. If today is Wednesday, then tomorrow is Thursday. What's a hypothesis? Tomorrow is Thursday. No, that's a conclusion. So that one would be false. Tomorrow is Friday if today is Wednesday. So hypothesis, today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Friday, but that's not true. That's false. That's a false statement. Because tomorrow isn't Friday. Tomorrow would be Thursday. If today is Wednesday, then tomorrow's Thursday. Hypothesis, tomorrow's Thursday. No, that's a conclusion. They switched it, so that's false. So the only true statement is A. Which statement is true? Angle EBH. Okay, so they're saying this angle. Angle EBH. And angle BED, they're saying this angle and this angle are same side interior. That's not true. That's false. They're actually alternate exterior. That's alternate exterior. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase it. Okay, I'm going to use a highlighter. I think maybe using a highlighter is better. Okay, so we have angle EBH, EBH, and what other angle? BED? BED. So they're saying this angle and this angle, this angle and this angle. Those are alternate interior. That's true. That's true. So I'm going to erase it. I'm going to go through each answer, okay? CBA, which is this angle, CBA, and EBH, those are same side interior. Actually, no. Remember, in our lessons, what type of angles are they? That's correct. They're what? Vertical angles. Okay, those are vertical angles. Okay, so let me do another one. Let me do another one. So we have angle CBA. So we have CBA and angle HBE. HBE. Those are alternate interior angles. No, we just finished saying that those are vertical. So that's false. So the answer is B. The answer is B. Okay, in a two-column proof, something's always given to you, correct? Angle H, and angle C, they're already telling you that they're supplementary. That's given. So that's given. And I'm just going to look at the first two-column proof. Let's see where it goes false. Angle H and angle E are congruent. They say alternate exterior angles. That's false. Remember, they're vertical angles, so it's not going to be A. Let's try B. That's given. That's true. Angle H and angle A, yeah, that's vertical. That's correct. How about angle E and angle C? Are they supplementary? Are they same side interior? Yeah, they are. And then remember how I told you in the notes, if two angles are same side interior angles and they're supplementary, then we can conclude that J and L are parallel. Remember that? The answer is B. The answer is B. What is an equation, 43, what is an equation for the line that passes through the points x1, y1, x2, y2? So we have to write an equation, but we need to find first the slope. How do you find the slope? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And remember, I'm going to provide you the formulas. So y2, you have 2 minus y1 minus 3 divided by x2, which is 6. 6 minus 7. And you should stop me here because I made a mistake, right? 2 minus a negative 3 becomes positive. So that's 5 over 6 minus 7 is negative 1. So what's the slope? Is the slope negative 5? So remember, I'm going to give you the formula. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. What are you going to do? That's correct. You're going to substitute. So you have y minus y1. So it's going to be negative 3. Negative 3, so it's positive 3 equals negative 5 parentheses x minus 7. So it's not going to be B and D because they have positive slopes. Which ones have negative slopes? That's correct, A and C. So your answer is A. So I'm giving you testing strategies, okay? Give the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line that is perpendicular. So we have 5x plus 2y equals 10. And it has to go through the point negative 1 comma 10. Remember, this is x1, y1. The problem is that we don't have we don't have the slope. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides, because I got to write in slope-intercept form. So you have 2y equals negative 5x plus 10 divided by 2. So y equals negative 5x over 2 plus 5. So if I want a perpendicular slope, if it's negative, it has to be positive, and it has to be 2 over 5. So you have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So you have y minus 10 equals 2 over 5. X minus 1, which means plus 1. So you have y minus 10 equals 2x over 5 plus 2 fifths. So it wouldn't be B, it wouldn't be C, so it's between A and D. If you had to take a guess, I think the guess would be D, and we're going to see why it's D. Y, you have to add 10 to both sides. So 10 is the same thing as saying as 50 over 5 plus 2 over 5. You can also do that in the calculator. So y equals 2x over 5 plus 52 over 5, I think. So your answer is D. Now, this last part I did it by hand, but you can use your calculator, okay? 47, what are the names of the segments in the figure? Well, we know one of them is AB, segment AB. So another one is segment BA. Another one is segment BC, segment BC. Could be CB. The other one is AC, segment AC, which could be CA. Okay, so now we have AB, CA, and AC. Aren't they the same? So those are not three different ones. AB, BC, and BA. Isn't AB and ABA the same ones? So it's between these last two. It's AB, BC, and AC. So I'm going to say the answer is D. Those are three different segments. 49. Complete the statement. The drawing is not to scale. If the measurement of angle DFE, so this is 66 degrees, then the measurement of angle DFG is also, isn't it also 66 degrees? Because of the markings. You see the markings? So DFE is 66. Consequently, the measure of angle DFG is also 66 degrees. So your answer is B. Are segment AC and CE congruent? Explain. You are going to have this type of question on the test. So you have to say, well, I know the distance from A to C will be the absolute value of negative 7 minus 0. So negative 7 minus 0 is absolute value negative 7. And I know that from A to C, the distance is 7. So you'd have to write that down as a sentence. So now we got to find the distance from C to E, so the absolute value, and we're going to get the order pair. We're going to get the coordinate of C, which is 0, and then we're going to get 6, so it's 0 minus 6. So the absolute value of negative 6 is 6. Now you notice they're different units. They're different units, so you would have to state these two segments are different distances or different units, so therefore they're not congruent. So make sure you have something like that, okay? For 53, it says which biconditional is not a good definition. Well, you got to see the conditional and you got to see the converse. So like for A whole number is even if and only if it is divisible by 2. So yeah, it's divisible by 2, we can say it's even. That's a converse. A whole number is even. If a whole number is even, then it's divisible by 2. So the converse and the conditional are true. So this is a good definition. That's true. B. If a whole number is odd, then the number is not divisible by 2. So I would have to find a counter example. 1 is odd, 3 is odd, 9 is odd, 11 is odd, 13 is odd, 15 is odd. It seems like it's not divisible by 2. So I want to say that's true. A whole number is odd if a number is odd. If a whole number is odd, then it's not divisible by 2. I want to say that's true. If you do the converse, if the number is not divisible by 2, then the number is odd. Okay. C, an angle is a straight angle. If it's a straight angle, then it measures 180. That's true. If it measures 180, then it's a straight angle. That is also true. So we need to investigate why D is a wrong answer, or why D is not a good definition. A ray is a bisector of angle if and only if it splits the angle into 2 angles. Now the problem with this conditional, it doesn't say that the 2 angles are congruent, so even the conditional is false. So because of that, it's not a good definition. It should have said a ray is a bisector of an angle if and only if it splits the angle into 2 congruent parts. So the answer for this one would be D. That's bad. That's a bad definition because the conditional is not true. Which statement is true? So it says angle CBE and angle DEB are same side interior. I would say that's true. So that's true. Let's see the other ones. And I'm going to go ahead and erase this here. Angle FEG and angle DEB. No, those are vertical angles. And I'm going to write that down. Those are vertical angles. Those are vertical angles. Okay. Angle CBE and angle DEB. No, we already talked about those. Those are same side interior angles. So of course this one is wrong and this one is wrong. Okay, so now we have FEG and CBE. Those are not alternate interior angles. Those are not even related. So the answer is A. That one's true. So here's another proof. Remember, in a 2-column proof, you're given something or given information, and they're saying that angle H and angle X are supplementary. That's given. So I'm going to look at the first 2-column one. That one's true. Now they're saying that angle H is congruent to angle E. Okay, those are vertical angles, so that's going to be false. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that one out. Let's look at B. Angle H and angle X are supplementary. That's given. We know that angle H and angle E are vertical angles. They're saying that angle E and angle X are but it's not because of substitution. It's not because of substitution, so it's not going to be B. Now, we do know that E and X are same side interior angles, and we know that they're supplementary. And so this one is true, this one is true, this one is true. If these two angles are supplementary and they're same side interior angles, then we can say that N and L are parallel. So your answer is C. I'm going to do 59 and 61 in class because I think I did another one already earlier. I'm going to do 60 because I know that that's one that I did in the opener, and I do want to review again. It says, which two lines are parallel? You notice they're not in slope-intercept form, so we have 6y equals negative 5x minus 6. So I have to divide by 6. So y equals negative 5x over 6 minus 1. That's the first equation. We have 5y equals negative 3 plus 3x divided by 5, divided by 5, divided by 5. So y equals negative 3/5 plus 3x over 5. This is negative 5 over 6. This is 3 over 5. They're not parallel. So 1 and 2 will not be parallel. So we know automatically that B is not going to be the answer. Okay, the last one, 6y plus 5x equals negative 1. Subtract 5x, subtract 5x. So you have 6y equals, you cancel that out, negative 5x minus 1 divided by 6, divided by 6. So y equals negative 5 over 6 minus 1 over 6x. And you see that's negative 5 over 6. And you see that's negative 5 over 6. So actually the two that are parallel are 1 and 3. So your answer is A.